Following the military defeat of 1958, Franz Josef promised constitutional government and the restructuring of the Habsburg Empire began. With the conclusion of the Austro-Hungarian Compromise, the dualist structure of the empire was established. In 1961, the Hungarian parliament was convened by the emperor in order to adopt the October diploma and the February patent, and the political life returned to normal. The revival of the political life also had an impact on the situation of the nationalities, giving them the opportunity to express their demands. The life of the Serbian nationality also began to change from the 60s onwards. The Serbs dismayed to learn that Franz Josef, partly under the Hungarian pressure, had abolished the voivodes of Serbia and Tamilski Banat in December 1960. At the same time, the Serbian National Congregational Congress, to je Blagoveštenski Sabor, was convened before the Hungarian parliament, where the Serbs adopted a resolution demanding the creation of an autonomous Serbian voivodeship with its own internal administration. The Congress showed the contrast between the church leadership and civil delegates. Patriarch Rajačić wanted to achieve the creation of voivodeships on the basis of the privileges granted to the Serbs, while the liberals, led by Svetozar Miletić, wanted to reach an agreement with the Hungarians, with the Hungarian parliament. As mayor of Novi Sad, Miletić sent the resolution to the Hungarian parliament. As the Hungarian parliament rejected the October diploma and the February patent, the emperor dissolved the parliament before the end of the year. The main demand of Blagoveštenski sabor, imam dva slika, nije tako važno, iz Blagoveštenskog sabora. The main demand of Blagoveštenski Sabor was not new. The idea of a territory on the basis of the privileges had already appeared at the Temesvar Sabor in 1790, and in the same way at the Maj Skupština in 48. In this year, the Serbs had announced their demand for a separate territory. On both occasions, they appealed to the king. The situation was similar to the present to the 61. In that case, that there was change in the relationship between the king and Hungary, and which gave opportunity to express national demands. Leading figures in the Liberal Party was engaged in the Easter question. Mihailo Polidesáncsic's book was published in German, Die orientalische Frage und ihre Lösung, a Miletić article in the Serbski Dnevnik. The basic idea of both work is that Ottoman Empire must be destroyed and replaced by a confederation of liberated Christian nations, which is an essential factor in the balance of power in Europe. They opposed the partitions of the Balkans and the creation of great power spheres of interest. At the same time, they were aware that the liberation of the Balkan peoples is only possible through an uprising, which must be supported by the great power. Polit outlined the concept of a Savezne države, or confederation, consisting of 3 or 4 the next is Galerija Matice Srpske. consisting of 3 or 4 states. In Polish drafts, Greece, Romania, and Serb-Bulgarian state would be formed the Confederation. Serbia would also include Old Serbia, Bosnia-Herzegovina, and Crna Gora. In this case, the idea of uniting Serbian territory outside the monarchies has been mooted. In January 1968, a paper by Milošev was published in the newspaper Zastava, osnova programa za Srpsku liberalnu opozicionu stranku, which was adopted as a party program. On the domestic political stand, Hungary should be federalized by accepting the resolution of the Blagovastenski Sabor of 61, abolishing the military frontier, creating the state unity of Triune Kingdom, Trojedna Kraljevina, and the autonomy of Transylvania by supporting the demands of the Saxons and Romanians. The sixth point deals with the Eastern question. It rejects the expansionist ambitions of Austro-Hungary in the Balkans, and the great power should support the liberation of the Slavic people and the creation of their independent states, in particular Serbian unification. Before the election 1968, the Serbian Liberals organized themselves into a loosely structured party, and in the following elections they generally won 3 parliamentary seats. The Serbian Liberals did not accept the Austro-Hungarian Compromise of 1967 and supported the opposition parties in effort to revive the compromise. They demanded the greater rights for Hungary within the empire, while also extending municipal autonomy. They believe it would be easier to agree with Hungary on nationality right. They did not recognize the concept of the Hungarian political nation and also disregarded the national right granted in the National Act 68 because the act only included individual rights. The Serbian Liberals stood up for a collective nationality right. That was a krunisjenje Franca Jozefa. And now the Serbian-Hungarian relationship. Serbian politicians in Serbia felt that liberal Hungary and Austria could be less of a threat to their ambition in the Balkans. In early 16th, Serbia underwent a foreign policy reorientation, a break with pro-Austrian policy of 40A, and the reduction in antipathy to Hungary. At this time, Serbian politicians began to support the Serbian Liberals in Vojvodina. And after they advocated, Serbian Liberals in Hungarian advocated reconciliation with the Hungarians. After the abolition of Serbian voivodeship, Serbian politicians believed that they could now express nothing from Austria in terms of Serbian interest. From 1961 onwards, the Serbian Principality also put more emphasis on the establishing relation with the Hungarian opposition. The issue of the Serbs in Hungary was often raised in the negotiation. In February 1961, Ilya Garashanin and Jovan Ristrić traveled to Vienna where they held talks with the Hungarian, with the court chancellor Miklos Vajó. He was a Hungarian man. The chancellor was assured that Prince Mihailo was very sympathetic to the Hungarian efforts on behalf of the nationalities. On the way to Belgrade, they also stopped in Pest. Here he met with the leading Hungarian liberal politicians, with Ötvös József, Gyula Andrássy, László Hunyadi. László Hunyadi's sister was Mihailo's wife. The subject of the talk was Serbia and Hungary, and the relationship between Hungarian and Serb in Vojvodina. Serbian politicians expressed their wish for the establishment of a Serbian voivodeship. Hungarian politicians, on the other hand, rejected the request, which they justified by the fact that they could not form a state within a state. The limit to which they can go is the ethnic division of the counties. Ristic Andrássy Gyula. Ristic left for the suburb in Sremski Karlovci. In the meantime, a Mihailo personal orders a pamphlet entitled Voice from Serbia, Glas iz Serbia, was published, which recommended a settlement with the Hungarians, but did not include the issue of the Serbian voivodeship. Ristic was unable to win over the delegates at the Congress, with the majority in favor of restoring voivodeship. Even after the disappointment, Serbia did not abandon the policy of reconciliation. During the Hungarian National Assembly, Nikola Kristic, a teacher at the Belgrade Lyceum, was sent to Pest and stayed in Hungary for several months. He conducted negotiations with the leader of the Hungarian opposition. Ötvös considered the most difficult issue to be the designation of a territory in Hungary for Serbian voivodeship. He believed that other nationalities would also demand separate or autonomous territories, which could lead to the dismembering of Hungary. In other negotiations, Deák explained that they could not go ahead with territorial partition of federal reorganization of Hungary. The priority is reconciliation with Austria. Hungarian liberal politicians opposed the main Serbian demand, the creation of an independent territory. However, they did not rule out in principle that the Serbian question would one day be discussed separately. In the forthcoming parliament, however, they want to settle the ethnic question in general. However, one can hardly assume that the parliament would have agreed on the creation of a separate territory. Hungarian oppositions expected Hungarian-Serbian cooperation directed against Austria, hoping that Serbia would propagate the importance of restoring constitutionalism and the 48 love of 48 among the Serbs in Hungary, and moderate the demands of the Serbs in Hungary. The Serbian government considered a possible Hungarian alliance more important for its Balkan goals than the disputes over the creation of a Serbian voivodeship, and did not push the issue. The strengthening of Austrian centralism and the dissolution of the Hungarian parliament also postponed the issue of the Hungarian-Serbian cooperation.
1 minute. 1 minute.
More talks and nothing results because of the Hungarian compromise with Austria, and because of they didn't want to let separate voivodeships in Hungary. The ambition Serbia idea, from the point of view of the Serbia, the ambition idea of the First Balkan Alliance against the Ottoman Empire fight for lack of support from the great powers, and Garashan also left his post.
Thank you, colleague Bíró.